It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry now for Alexander Mattison. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give running left is Nwangu. Room to run past midfield. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 62 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. They had trouble stopping the run last week at a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Here's Samuels, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Samuels taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Looking to throw. Edwards. They'll swing this out to Fournette. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
On the give is Nwangu.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Mond looks to throw.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Mond going to throw it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to have great field position here, as this is returned just shy of midfield. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The give is to Jones. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 20-yard line. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On third down, here's Jones. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Third down, Jones. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught. Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Handoff here to Nwangu.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here's Mon. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Here's Presley Harvin now.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
79 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's third and 9. From the gun, Edwards going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. The 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side. It deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team. I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Flush to his right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Edwards. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And this one is right down the middle. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Edwards. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Edwards on 3rd down.
They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw, and he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Garrett Wallow
came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Mond, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, 35 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Edwards. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And incomplete on the deep ball. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another carry now for Madison. And Madison hit, and the ball pops free. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So potentially, and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First play's a run with Nwangu. Finding some room at midfield. Touchdown, Vikings! Kenny Nwangu. 62 yards. And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. To throw is Edwards on first down. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mond. He's got Smith here. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's third down. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Jones. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Now Leonard Fournette. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Edwards out to the left there and complete to Howard. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. Edwards. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Howard. And the Buccaneers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and goal from the 1. Fournette again. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette punching it in from a yard away. And the Buccaneers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will cut the lead down to 15. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Buccaneers have it.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Edwards. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this belongs to the Vikings. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Following the fumble recovery, Edwards. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones taking it in from a yard out. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers.
So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion. And now we're back to a 1-score game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this, a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd and 7, Mond. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Touchdown, Vikings! Robbie Anderson, 53 yards. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead now up to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Edwards. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Edwards now looking to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Back to throw. Edwards. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now Edwards throwing on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
On second down, this is Madison. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you got to go and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.